Excuse me, where's the restroom?
Restroom straight and to the left. And
Okay, thank you.
I caught myself. Hello.
How are you?
Delightful.
Pillar-based marketing.
yes, pillar-based marketing.
So this is a book that one of you wrote?
Not it.
Actually,
With the speaker?
In there, yeah.
Oh. Demand Jump is the name of the company?
yes.
Oh,
So we have a software product that's based on.
oh, I see. It kind of fooled me. So it's just not only a book, it's a software program?
Yes, so there's a software program that basically implements the methodology that's in the book and helps our customers
What-
improve their.
Can you demonstrate the software or run it?
I don't know that we can do that without a monitor. I can't.
If you can just, I can watch his screen if,
Oh, I'm not. I'm not
Yeah.
with them.
or if you
I'm down
can
the
just
hall.
use it on the side, I can stand behind you and watch it.
Well, yes, it's just I'm not able to do that. Sorry.
Can you describe it? Are you familiar with it
Yeah,
at all?
and then there's as soon as she comes back.
Practitioners.
Yeah.
The practitioners are nearby.
Yeah. So I'm embarrassed to say I can't demo the software, but I'm the CEO of the company and I just don't.
Can you describe it, or
Oh, sure.
so? Can you tell me what it's doing?
Yeah. Like, tell me a little bit about your organization.
I'm University of Miami. It's
Right.
a university with some 20,000 students and faculty.
What? All right. Thanks, Steve. What part of the university are you with? Like what?
At the business school.
Okay.
And so what we do is we teach and we help the university market various courses.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have the School of Business at the University of Iowa as a customer of ours. So what we worked with them on is, well, how do you draw potential students to your site? What topics do you want to be known for? And so that question is not, what keywords do you want to write for? It's
Yes.
what is the high-level topic that you want to be known for? Like, this isn't a good example, but best business school in the southeast, something like that, or
So you are Ryan or no?
Ryan was a guy that,
The speaker?
yeah, he's up there still.
And Lauren, she's the one that you're saying maybe she will give a demo.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you give us an example, like one of the things that Lauren would tell you is, if you want to see the kind of data that we produce, you can fill this out and we'll run a report and send it to you. Basically, if you give us a topic, we analyze Google data, tells us all the different ways people search for that topic and how those ways are connected together. And then we apply an algorithm to that and then give you your search engine optimization strategy. Basically the strategy.
The strategy is in words or in mathematical formula or in software, or how specifically is
So
the
it's
strategy?
a combination of, it's basically, the visualization of it is graphical. Because you're going to have three pillars. So three levels of.
So I didn't see any picture in here, so there's some images.
Yeah, so it looks like,
I'm trying to grasp a little bit about what you're talking about.
yeah, sorry, then maybe a visual would help.
What we are doing is we reverse engineer algorithms. So we tap the search engine with our content organically and push everybody down a few pages.
Okay. So this is how it works in a nutshell. You give us a topic, we do an analysis around who is ranking, where are you at, right? Where is your organization at in terms of how many keywords within that high-level topic do you have on page 1, how many on page 2, page 3, and over page 3, and your competitors. So you get to see all that. You get to see specifics around the keywords, around the questions, and then this is basically the output. This is what I meant.
So the chart that you show, like a tree chart?
Yes, and so
the main node, it represents your topic, and then the branches represent what?
Nope. Let me walk you through that.
No?
So, darn it.
That's what I mean. It's a little hard to figure out the meaning of it.
Yeah. So I'll talk you through what the pillars mean, if we can get back there.
What can you do for us if we are already saturating the first page and the first 2-3 pages with our content already organically by figuring out the algorithm that YouTube and Google are using and placing our stuff at the top of the search engine results page?
Well, if you're saying most of your stuff is already ranking on page 1, or are you on page 1, 2, or 3?
No, page 1, what we do is we figured out how YouTube ranks everybody.
Yeah.
So what we are doing, we are taking our classes as an example and streaming them live and positioning them at the top of the search engine results page. So our classes are live in the first position, the second, the third, the first 10 position we saturated because we know the algorithm that Google is using.
That's very similar to what we do.
And then we retain it for 4 or 5 years at the top position for certain topics.
Yeah, that's what we do for written content.
Our is the stream of the class. And we have also a website for the written content, but what I'm talking now about is YouTube.
Right.
So if I give you a keyword and you go to YouTube, you will see me teaching at position 1 and my counterpart, another professor, in position 2. And so when the student has to participate in the class, they type the keyword and we saturate the first page with our stuff. Then one of them says live now and they tap on it and they are in the live class, unauthenticated, in and out within a second. And then of course they can participate because we also stream it live on Zoom at the same time. So if they want to have more authentication, because to get to Zoom you cannot get into the Zoom discussion and participate in ways that you cannot participate from YouTube.
Right.
So at the same time we have a Zoom session that for some students that want to just watch it and write comments but not talk and so on.
Yeah, they can see it that way.
If I give you an example, I'll give you some names. You can type it on YouTube and you'll see me in position 1 teaching a class.
And how are you doing outside of YouTube? How are you doing just on regular organic search?
The same thing, because everything that is in YouTube has also a web page.
Yeah.
And it goes by topic or by course.
Right.
For example, one topic that we have covered for the example is on trial. So we teach about trying technology. So new technology and also being an expert witness on trial. So, and we make also a vanity phone number that spells the topic.
Yeah.
So 305 on trial, for example.
Right.
And ontrial.com or .co is the website. So they're all linked to each other. So once they find the class, they can click on the links and they can go to the website or vice versa. And if it is live now, it will have a red mark saying live now, and the rest of them are, and after the class is finished, it is archived. And we try to retain it there for several years.
Yeah, so it's findable. If you want to find out whether we can help you because you're already ranking well, if you want to pick one of those topics,
I'll show you one. Maybe if you see an example, if I can use this to write something, I'll write it down between my accent. You won't be able, if you can go to youtube.com and type 4K is the resolution, space, I'll write it down for you. 360 is surround video, like surround sound but with video. And then open parenthesis 305 is the vanity phone number. On trial.
Got it.
.co. Really.
So it looks like that.
ontrial.co, and then an equal sign, and the equivalent phone number of that is 305-668. You understand? This is a vanity number, like
Right.
1-800-mattress, but a local number for Miami. Can you show it to me after you typed it? I just want to make sure that with my broken English and my accent. Yeah, and now hit the return key or the search key. So this is me teaching here, and this is 360. So if you click on it, there will be a remote control here, and you can turn around and see the students in the class. See, click. You see my face?
Yeah.
And click on his left button, and you will see the students in the class.
Cool.
And now if you go back and go down, you'll see another instructor.
So down.
No, just get out of this video. This is one class. And go back and scroll down, and this is another instructor. And now click on the remote control, and you'll see the lab or the classroom.
Also with an S.
Yeah.
What is the S?
Okay, that's cool.
What do you think the S stands for? Secure. Let's go.
And we
to
teach
black.
IT, so
Blackboard up there.
in this process, the students are also doing websites and SEO, and then we advise the university how to repurpose it for continuing professional education. So instead of paying for extra instructors, the external student, like let's say that you are an engineer or some kind of a professional and you have to take CPE, but you rather not go to a physical class. These are hybrid classes, which means that every in-person class also streams it live for remote students and professionals.
Do you want to, on this search here, where I searched in Google on expert witness litigation, which was the subject of that class we just clicked on,
Yes.
does it matter to you where you rank on this? Are you trying to rank high on this or just high?
No, we are trying to rank high on the classes. Like you mentioned before, you said how to retain students, for example.
Right.
So
if I
the best
said-
way is let the students even be guests in a YouTube video first, and everybody can get to it. They just type the keyword of being on trial, and then from there, if they like it, and then they can go further. And also the current students, you know, they used to be tied to the classroom, but all of a sudden there is an emergency
Right.
in the family, and they are waiting in the airport or waiting in a bus. They can get in and out to YouTube in a second, as opposed to having to authenticate to get to the university, and they have double authentication, and every second day they change everything so it doesn't work. So it's a big hassle.
I agree. That has happened to me this morning. It's time to change your password. I'm like, I'm on my phone. I don't have my password
Right.
with me. Anyway,
By this time you're ready
Yeah.
to
so I added
to go.
classes to the topic, and so this is my question. You asked how we could help you. You're already doing great.
or how we can help you. We are interested in either one.
Okay. So there may be a possibility in the future. So right now we're focused on written content and helping people improve their rankings for topics like that on their website. We will, at some point, but it may be a year or two down the road, start adding in other types of content, video, podcast slices, things like that as part of our vision. But
We go in reverse. So in other words, we take the lecture, submit it to the AI, get the transcript, also chop it to smaller pieces to break it down, and make test questions that are matching every minute, quizzes, and we give it to the students. I cannot see your name, but let's say that Tom. So let's say that Tom, you want to practice for the final to get a good grade, right? So you take the test, and all the questions that you flunk are mapped to segments of the video,
oh, that's nice.
and then you can say, okay, I got only 60, and I'd like to get at least 90. So let me practice those questions that are flunked, and then it will build a video only based on the questions that you flunked, and then give you the test again with different questions, and make sure that you ace your flunked areas. So by the time you come to the test, and it will predict. We're coming from high frequency trading and day trading. We developed algorithm for the stock market. And then we noticed that the search engine used similar algorithms. So we by accident, we didn't know that, but we published a website and we published several things, and all of a sudden we were number one. We couldn't understand why at the beginning. So then we started investigating it. And if you look at the time, this is 4 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
So,
and that's a somewhat similar story for us. We figured out how Google is rating content, what data they're searching on, how they're
search environment, and then layers it based on our pillar-based
how they're doing the relationships between the way people search for things. But it's all focused on written website content at this point.
So I forgot to tell you, the AI takes it, transcribes it, breaks it into chapters, produces a PowerPoint and a book and a workbook.
We do have writers, so
and takes the pieces, the relevant pieces.
All from the lecture, and the instructor is sharing the revenues with the university. Also, we do it for continuing education for professionals. So, for example, this has to do with business, and I'm specifically professor of accounting, and the woman that you saw is a professor of IT. In both of them, you have a lot of CPAs that need CPE, continuing professional education, and in IT, you got all kinds of engineers that also need continuing professional education. So this way, we repurpose everything for those, and also the workbook. For the CPAs, they have also CPA exams. So we are sure to cover all the topics of the CPA exam, so it can also be a prep for the CPA exam. So we repurpose it and we remarket it for those different avenues on the same cost, because the instructor is fully paid, the classroom is paid, all the AV equipment is paid, and basically we get teaching assistants that are working for free for tuition remission, and they are helping the AI to check the quality assurance and stuff like that.
And so you work for the university. Is there any thought of taking the underlying technology that you've done
and we cannot do that because we will deprive YouTube and Google of money, and immediately they threaten us that they will close the site because we violate some of their, they have 10 million violations that they can make up and tell you that you violate it and your site is closed. And so it's not a big deal to open another site and another thing, but it takes time and energy. And we also, working for a university, we are very shy about being in litigation and in the newspapers. And so we offer it as a service, but we cannot kill their revenue source.
We can chat further. Maybe there's
and also companies came to us and they said, okay, so if you cannot do it for us, at least do the opposite, because the Carnival Cruise Line was top the search engine results page with shit cruise and poop cruise. I don't know if you know about it, but they had an incident where their plumbing flooded and the shit was coming down through the walls. and they couldn't fix it, and people got sick, and people were very upset. They paid for a cruise.
Sure.
They got, and that was in the period of those Zika, some of these viruses,
Yeah.
and some people got stomach problems.
Yeah.
So they started publishing on the social media shit cruise and poop cruise and so on, and they came up, Carnival with the incident came up number 1, and they couldn't get rid of it. So they came us and told us, how about help
Yeah.
put us in number 100? We don't want to saturate the first page with poop cruise.
Yeah, that's interesting. Somebody that wants to lower their ranking, but of course they
For
wait
negative
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, of course they wait for that.
But we're primarily researchers, and so our interest is to figure out things, and then once we figured it out, and we also don't want to upset people about it, like I told you, you know.
Yes. You
And
know
also
what-
the marketeers are also getting upset because we were working with companies like Disney, for example, with their marketing department, but they were very threatened, and they said, if I tell it to the management, they will cut their expenses to YouTube and Google by $1 million, and they will get rid of me. Most of my job is to take care of the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, for $10 a day.
Yeah.
So anyways, some ideas.
Yeah.
We do have an
Well, I enjoyed talking with you.
I enjoy talking to you. I'll come back. I'm just trying to. And we also write articles. We've published more than several hundred articles about this topic. So
Yeah.
I'll come back to talk to you later, and also maybe with the author of the book.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
just
we
saw him.
are mainly developers, software developers,
Okay.
Are you guys
and I used to develop auditing
to implement or
auditing software, and we developed auditing software to supplement the traditional audit with videos. And then we wanted to stream our classes too, so because I am specializing in computer auditing, but the typical accountant and even computer auditor, they don't understand everything above when you go into the code and to the really understanding what's going on, especially now with AI and everything that's going on, all those frauds. And Miami is the world headquarters in fraudsters, and
some information if
know, so-
on the other side of that. Your
that's how we
website
came to supplement the regular audit, what is called an audit trail, with videos
Yeah.
to make it obvious even to a lay person like that. If you saw it in video, that somebody is doing absolutely something that is not acceptable.
on my calendar.
Like on the computer center, they didn't want to have to deal with the password and everything, like I told you, so they put a brick in the door.
Yeah.
So in the back door, in the front door, you have 10.
You guys have tickets.
You have a scanning machine and this, and in the back door, the employees put a brick and everybody
That's hilarious.
comes and goes. So, on a video, you immediately know that it's an infraction of security, but if you just looked at the papers, you won't find it.
Yeah. That's funny.
So these are the kind of things that we were involved in, that led us to making videos, and by accident to see.
So maybe we all
And
learn something.
come back when he's here. He'll know more about what we're doing relative to YouTube and all that than I do. He's a subject matter expert. I'm just a software guy.
Okay, well, anyways, I enjoyed talking to you. I'll stop by later some more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
They wanted someone in person to make sure everything was done correctly.
Yeah.
So that's why, or like just they wanted that person there, so in person. So then they had to pay for the flights and all that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the only,
Hi.
hey, how you doing?
You're the famous huge company?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Howard Hughes' original company.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, doing cybersecurity and all the other core services.
Yeah, I know. What are these?
That is a puzzle.
A puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, puzzle, bottle opener, booklet, and these pens light up. They're kind of cool if you want to light up a pen.
This is the light here?
Yeah, you pop the little plastic thing off the back of it.
Uh-huh.
Pull that thing off. And they light up
Wow, nice.
like that. Pretty cool.
Gives you a little light.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm familiar with the company.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure, of course. My pleasure.
Maybe later I'll come to ask you some more specific questions.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I'll see you. No, I can kosher. But it's not the kosher here.
Oh, I was, yeah, so
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me.
Kosher has to be certified. We have the way we follow the animal
Yeah.
a certain way, and we don't mix it with meat. There's a lot of restrictions.
God.
So it has to be certified kosher,
So that's
or
why
it can
we
go to a
came in.
kosher.
We're like, oh, we know your pain points, your goals that you want to achieve, and we build it. And if you want,
Yeah,
like,
this whole sample.
Yeah, that's what I learned.
as well,
Where you
there's
live?
another different.
I'm in Las Vegas.
Let's say,
Yeah,
okay,
so
I used to
then-
go to Vegas a lot.
Yeah, for all the conferences and all that.
Yeah, I used to live in Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
so I used to go for CES.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, where?
I was in the Bay Area. I just don't mention it to people. San Jose.
Which part?
East side.
I was on the west side, right next to Winchester.
Yeah,
House.
West side is nice. Yeah.
East side is also nice.
Yeah. Yes,
Sometimes we give them confirmation.
Windsor?